Yo, it's your boy Bacon. You're now listening to Joe on the Max Allotment Podcast. Shut the fuck up and drink your beer.
Here we are, once again, episode 29, Max Allotment Podcast. Joe, Hector, what's up? I feel like every time I do that, I'm like doing it for the first time, even though I've done this for 29 episodes already. But it's fun though. It's fun. So let's start with Joe. Joe, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantabulous.
Fantabulous. That sounds like
feeling great.
Oh,
feeling great.
Tony the Tiger.
You know, it's better than that.
Hector, what's good? How you feeling? How's things going for you?
Feeling awesome. Glad to be back. You know, another episode. You know how we do. Papá activo, como debe de ser.
So we're gonna do things a little bit differently in this episode. We have an interview with Sean from the Head Brewer from Goldwater coming up, and so we're gonna start with a beer review first. Usually we don't start with the beer review, but because the way this episode is gonna be set up, we're gonna be switching back and forth. So first and foremost, so I have a crowler here of the Goldwater Lagerita, but these two gentlemen have the cans. And basically what this is, it's a margarita-inspired lager. So, guys, did you pour up your drinks yet?
No, I'm about to pour right now. Yeah, this is one of the most awesome, beautiful sounds to me. You know that? Just like that.
You know what's coming. Oh, pause. You know what's coming afterwards. That's why. There's no way to say that without saying that. Come on. Oh, and you got the Goldwater glass? Look at you being special.
Come on. You got to do it to them. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Me, I got my fancy-ass plastic cup because I'm,
Ooh.
I'm going to be stuck
That's one of the most expensive plastic out there in the world, right? This
is what they use to block COVID, fam. That's how serious it is. Salud, guys. Cheers. So since Joe is the novice here, and he's drank plenty of lagers in his life, pilsners, lagers, all that good stuff. Talk to me, Joe. What are you getting from this?
You know, this is something that I would really drink on a hot summer night. This is reminds me back home. It's back really smooth. It's light, like DR. Like it's very smooth. It's very light. I like it.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Hector's like, it can't be that good. Look at him.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good. What you think, Hector? All right.
Talk to me, Hector. What you got?
It's good. The lemon, it's so
subtle.
present yet not overpowering.
Is it?
It's when you take the skin, like you take like a thinly sliced triangle of lime, and you dump it in. Like you put it in the beer. When you dump it in the beer,
the specifics.
Not saying I was drinking a Corona.
You're talking about when you do the Corona thing. Gotcha.
No, not the Corona. When you drink a Pacifico, when you drink a Steamboat, one of those. I used to throw the lemon. Don't try to play me with the Corona. No.
Come on, man. They're all the same.
But this is good. This is very good.
Yeah?
It's very, very good.
Oh,
very good. Refreshing. And it's not very crisp. I found that it's not very crisp.
Is that a good or bad thing?
For a lagers are supposed to be a little more crisp.
Oh yeah.
But this, because of the lemon, it just smooths everything out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So I'm glad Joe was able to enjoy it. Joe seems like he's definitely digging it. He's
I'm really digging it. I really am digging it. This will be something that I will go to when I'm done from a hike.
Okay. Speaking
this
of which,
for sure.
You've been killing the hikes. I seen the earn your boost tags.
I'm trying, fam. I'm trying, every day. It's an inspiration. earn your boost for real. Like it's an inspiration. Shout outs to those guys.
Yeah, shout out to Justin. Shout out to his whole team over there. Those guys are killing it, man. They actually came out with a whole new shirt and a series of shirts called Legalized Lifting, and I'm having to pick one up. So
dopeness. I might have to pick one up too, man.
What was that?
Legalized lifting.
Okay.
Yeah. So no,
I see you.
Yeah, his. What's funny is that, not to give too much away to the audience because we still got to work on a few things, but I've been I sent him some of those ideas that we put together, like just kind of like have him look at it. He's like, dude, this is fucking awesome. So he's digging it. So yeah.
Let's do an exchange. Tell him to send some shirts over. We send our stuff over and keep it moving.
Now I'm gonna hook him up for sure. He gave me plenty of shirts, so I'm gonna hook him up. So this is a solid beer. So we had Hector, you had the Brojito.
Yes.
The Mojito from Goldwater. Now you've had the Lagerita. So you see the theme that they're going with here.
Okay.
He talked about a Moscow Mule being the next one. What do you think about that?
I saw a Moscow Mule. Who was it? I was like, oh look, Moscow Mule inspired drink, beer. Was it Lord Hobo or Night Shift actually?
Oh, okay.
In Massachusetts, yeah, because I'm planning a little road trip this weekend out to Massachusetts. We're about to go fucking crazy.
Yo, that devilish grin and shit. So it's good that I do like Boston. Trillium, their fucking new setup is beautiful.
Definitely going to Trillium.
If you get a chance, go to the Trillium setup brewery.
Yeah.
Their new one that I went to in 2018, I believe it was. 2018 was really nice. I mean, they got waiters in fucking uniforms and shit. Like, really, you wouldn't think you walked into a brewery.
Nice.
Like, this is some nice.
Yeah,
nice
definitely hitting Trillium. Jack Abbey's definitely going for some lagers and pilsners.
Okay.
We have Night Shift on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
Treehouse is a little further away from where we're staying.
It's an hour and a half
still
drive.
It's an hour and change. So I'm here debating right now. I'm like, yeah, Treehouse still there.
But you get to walk out with fucking dollies of beer, bro.
Dude, I didn't even know what's gonna happen in my pockets and my credit this weekend, but it's about to go down.
Okay, vaya con Dios, bro. Vaya con Dios.
For real. Like I'm here, look, I just want to try samples, and I want to get a lot of beer to come back, and I want to drink when I get home.
So
I know I'm gonna get smashed.
So let's take a quick minute. We're gonna transition over now to our interview with Sean, and then we're gonna come back to Joe and go from there. So let's take a quick second. I'm gonna pause, and then we're gonna do the damn thing with Hector. I'm sorry, Hector and Sean and myself. And then Joe, enjoy the Lagerita. We'll let Sean know that it reminds you of DR, which is fucking awesome. It kind of gives you those flashbacks of being on a Caribbean island. Like, what beer does it? Who doesn't want to hear that from their beer? Come on.
I did.
It's
I
great.
just read that it had oranges. Maybe the oranges is what gives it like that smooth edge around that crispness.
Hector's all about like, yo, let me get the science, bro. That's why. That's why I set it up where you and Sean are like, I'm gonna be chiming in once in a while, but you and Sean are leading. All right, so let's do it. As mentioned, here we are with Sean. Okay, dude, I fuck up titles all the time. So, what is your legit title besides at Goldwater? Go ahead.
I'm the head brewer. You know,
head motherfucking
pretty
brewer.
easy.
Can we get that as your badge? Head motherfucking brewer. I'm okay with MF.
Yeah, I'm the head brewer. Matt also brews with me over there.
So when I went there was 3 of you guys, I believe, brewing, right?
Well, Chad's the owner.
Okay.
And he's a partial owner. He's also, we all consider him the brewmaster there. He started there. Most of the recipes, our core brands are his. Almost every one-off is mine or his.
Okay.
And then we also collaborate constantly on recipes. So even
Nice.
normal things like hop chowder that we make every week, we still talk about it and change things and adapt to
Awesome.
trends and tides stuff.
So the Lagerita that I'm sipping right now, that we're both sipping actually. So we did a quick review of the Lagerita before you joined us. There's a third person who usually joins us for the podcast. His name is Joe. He has a can of Lagerita, and his words were, it reminds him of back home, which is Dominican Republic, and that's what he got from this. And I said, I got to tell him. I said, what brewer doesn't want to hear that his beer reminds you of a Caribbean island? Like, come on.
Right. That's awesome.
Good solid beer. My problem is getting it here to New York City on a mass quantity.
It's funny. I actually sent a package out to a couple guys because we did those wrestling beers. They do the off the hop rope. Yeah. I sent them a bunch of beer.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I just sent it in a big box, a big hunk.
Yeah.
It was pretty expensive, but it was cool. Cool to see it over there.
We got ways around that. I'll tell you in a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got the time. We got the time machine.
Yeah, right. I ship a lot of snow globes.
Yes. I say salsa. Question me, bro.
Oh, that's good. That's smart. I say cold brew sometimes.
I ship moss, sea moss, some jars. Very healthy.
I love how
heavy sea moss.
I love how everybody has their different things that they say. It was like, okay, USPS doesn't give a shit.
Cuts this in a glass jar.
A fun one to say is that I'm shipping yeast samples or miniature yeast supplies for home brewers, and then they kind of hold it with care and they'll refrigerate it and all that stuff.
Oh, because it's not beer at that point or alcohol.
Right, it's just live yeast.
Yeah. That's interesting. There we go. Takeaways.
That's nice.
So Hector, I'll let you lead. Hector's our home brewer for the podcast. Hector home brews. I'll let him introduce himself and talk about it, but I'm gonna let you nerds kind of chop it up, and then I'm gonna chime in every once in a while because I do that, and then we'll go from there.
Right on.
First off, nice to meet you, my bro. To me, it's a pleasure and an honor to be talking to you after drinking so many of your good beers, because I enjoy Goldwater like crazy.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm even repping Arizona right now.
From the Bronx.
Good beer. I've been home brewing for about 4 to 5 years right now. Just trying to get better at the craft, trying to learn as much as I can along the way. Just recently purchased the anvil because I live in an apartment and I have a small space. Just got the anvil. Been brewing on and off with fruits, a lot of fruits. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Which stage are you adding the fruits in? Or is it right into the into the brewing process?
Into the brewing sometimes, and sometimes I add them at secondary.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah. So, I'm just learning where to get the best flavor and, just learning how to make good beer. That's the final product. So my question to you to start off right away is, how did you start? What was your first setup and when did you start? What got you into brewing?
So
like a whole bunch of questions in one.
Yeah. I can give you my kind of story. So I hail from Portland, Oregon. I got my Timbers hat on and stuff. We just won the cup. But yeah, I hail from Portland, but just outside of Portland, a little tiny town called Hillvale. No one's ever heard of it. Most people just call it Hillsboro, which is like a suburb of Portland, but I'm really from out there, born and raised. I grew up playing rugby, so I got super into craft beer earlier than I should have, because we thought that's what rugby players drank. We weren't just drinking shitty beer all the time. We were drinking stouts and porters and reds and bocks, and we kind of got into the whole craft beer thing. And I was very young. This was over 15 years ago. So the craft beer has changed a lot.
Yeah.
This was, I don't want to say how old I was, but I was still in high school.
It's pretty young.
Yeah, right. And what a great place to get into beer, though. You know, being in Portland,
Yeah.
what fucking everywhere you turn, there's good beer everywhere. It's great. And you know, in my neighborhood alone, right before I moved to Phoenix, I had more breweries in that neighborhood than there is in all of Phoenix.
Shit.
So I mean, that happens a lot there. And a good thing there too is everybody talks, everybody shares everything. Everybody's in each other's business also, but everyone knows, you know, we share different techniques with each other. We help each other get better. It's something that's really cool about this industry that definitely sets it apart from anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my 21st birthday, I spent in the Deschutes Brewery in Portland. That really got me hooked. Holy crap. Getting to be there, I told the brewer that was there, it was my 21st birthday. He brought me in the back and was like, look at this stuff, you know, just to kind of get me more amped about beer. And I was like, how do I get in this? And he said, you don't. Just straight up. Everybody wants to be in beer. It's the best industry in the world. You know, it's something that connects us to our past. It also connects the entire world. Everybody makes beer.
Yes.
So it's pretty awesome. It's a great industry to me. And he was telling me, especially in Portland at the time, this was over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
He was saying everybody moves to Portland to become a brewer. You know, it's like moving to Hollywood to become an actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So becoming a brewer in Portland is particularly hard. So I kind of shrugged it off. You know, after that point, I joined the Army. I was a combat medic for 6 years, and I got stationed in Texas. And moving to Texas after living in Portland, I mean, I was 21 when I enlisted, so I could already drink. So as soon as we get our first leave, I'm like, let's go to a brewery. I'm in San Antonio. Guess what? No breweries.
Really?
There wasn't a single brewery. And I started going to pubs and I was like, okay, what can I get? What's local? What's local? You know, I've always been a big supporter, you know, of local. I got to try to get local, right? I mean, the Bronx, you guys have got a ton of good stuff. And it's just kind of coming out of the woodwork now. Yeah, you know what's up. Well, you know, in Texas at the time, there was Shinerbach and Lone Star, and that's kind of all anyone talked about. And personally, when I drank those, I was like, these are not my favorite. But what's crazy is now when I have them, I can appreciate them for so much more what they are. You know, at the time, I didn't know what I was doing. My dog's trying to scratch in the door. So that kind of got me into homebrewing right then. I couldn't get beer. I used to have to go to the liquor store to get Rogue and, you know, all these regular giant beers. And that got me into brewing my own beer. So then I used to just keep a little corny keg in the back of my ambulance. And first thing that I had in there was Kahlua. So I actually brewed a whole bunch of Kahlua. I used to do that all the time. That's a whole other beast, but it's a lot of fun to make Kahlua.
That's very different.
Yeah, I was like, "What you brew? What?"
Yeah. Basically, we would, you know, get some kind of high grain spirit and then boil it down and try to infuse it in with espresso and different kinds of flavoring that way. Cacao nib directly on there, and then pull everything back off. And then what we would always do is bottle as much of it as I could, and then I'd stick it in my crawl space, and I wouldn't touch it for years, and then I'd pull it out and drink it.
Bro,
but I remember having Kahlua like straight up.
Being hype drunk at the same time. Was like,
So yeah, but then I got really into brewing. You know, the very first thing, my girlfriend at the time bought me a Mr. Beer kit. You know, those Mr. Beers. Yeah, everybody started. You got to start somewhere, right? So the first thing she gets me, Irish Stout.
Football shape.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's pretty much good for a water cooler now, you know.
We use it for juice, a juice dispenser for like baby showers and stuff.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
it's got a little swivel on the side. Right.
I got you, bro. I got this right here. You're welcome.
So I used that for one batch and hated it. And then as soon as I told friends that I tried it, one friend was like, I have a brew system that I made. And I was like, awesome, let's get in there.
What?
You know, yeah. So I went over to his house. He had a like a igloo kind of 5-gallon thing, and we just brewed a saison like normal style. And I was living in Colorado at the time after moving around a little bit. Yeah, live in Colorado, started homebrewing a little there. I wasn't homebrewing too much. I was homebrewing like enough.
Yeah.
And then I started applying once I got out of the army for different jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I applied for 60 hospitals and one brewery, and I got the brewery job.
No shit.
I got 60 denial letters. Being an army medic, you don't really get a lot of civilian certifications.
Oh,
So
okay.
usually they just look at you like, oh, okay, this guy will be on time, but I don't know him. That's kind of the vibe I always got.
Wow.
So I ended up getting very lucky and getting an interview at Rogue. And
wow.
they at the time they had a Meet the Brewer or God, what was it called? Not Meet the Brewers. It was called like Brew Academy or something,
Mm-hmm.
where you would learn all the jobs. And really, what that meant was they needed somebody for their packaging line. That's what I learned later. Is they just needed a grunt that's going to not complain because he has starry-eyed visions of being a brewer one day.
Mm.
And that's what I did. I gave up everything. I sold everything I could to get back to Oregon. I got to, I got there, didn't have a car. I only had so much money to last me. And I worked on a packaging line. First
Wow.
job was flipping glass onto a conveyor belt all day long. I would just flip glass all day. I mean, I worked third shift, so it was not glorious. I also
Yeah.
didn't have any money to pay for a place to live. So I just camped on the beach for like the first week. So I was like this homeless brewer, like trying to get my start.
That's an
Dude,
Right?
awesome story,
that
bro.
story,
Trying,
that story
trying to
just
get
gets.
trying to get my foot in the door. Trying to get my foot in the door. I'm doing anything, right? I
Yeah.
start being like, can I talk to John Meyer? John Meyer is like the godfather at Rogue. He's been there for 30 plus years. Well, now he's finally retired. And at the time, he's like, nope, I don't really talk to anyone unless you've been here for like a year. Because chances are in 3 months you're just gonna leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that happened a lot.
Oh wow.
So sure enough, the next guy who left, everybody shifted up a little bit. I
Yeah.
got my first promotion. I got moved to the packaging, like actually packaging. Instead of
Mm.
flipping glass, I was packing into bottles, and they ripped that sucker hand packing at like 110 bottles a minute. I mean, you're just jamming all day. It's
Wow.
basically like going to work and do CrossFit for 8 hours. Like
Yeah.
I was dropping weight like crazy. It was awesome. And
So.
obviously,
I think I need a job at the brewery there. I think I need that. What's up?
dude, it's tough. When I meet guys that are like dads and have families and stuff, and they're like, I want to get into the brewery. I'm like, nope, that time has passed.
Too late, buddy. So let me
Too
ask you a
late to
question.
chase your dreams.
So now that you
I
mentioned,
definitely don't ever want to discourage anyone from
well, that's
that.
part of my question. So, um, you told a wonderful story, and before I go any further, thank you for your service. Thank you for what you've
Oh,
given to
thanks,
us.
man.
Um, but I didn't know you were in the military, so that kind of threw me off. Even though we've had several conversations. uh, so, what advice would you give somebody who says, you know what, I woke up today, I like drinking beer. Maybe I should brew my own beer. Because I tell you right now, I can't tell you how many times people come to me like, "Oh, you like beer? Do you brew your own beer?" I'm like, "Fuck no. There's just too much work involved with that shit. I'm too lazy. I just want to drink it and enjoy. Like I don't want to build a car. I just want to drive the bitch." So, what advice would you give somebody who wants to start brewing, who wants to start from scratch? It doesn't have to be like a whole long drawn out, but just like one little tidbit that if somebody told you back at 21, 25, whatever it was, it would have made a huge difference for you now.
I would say go to your local homebrew supply place. Go
Mm.
talk to those guys. All those guys make beer on the side on the weekends, and
Mhm.
they know of clubs. They know people. They know brewers.
Mm.
I mean, they'll straight up tell you a lot. Like we even at Goldwater, we go through the home brew supplies chain here in town just for getting little. If I need a hydrometer, I'm not gonna order it online. I'm just gonna go grab one real quick.
Mm.
So that kind of stuff. They'll also tell you, such and such breweries looking for a keg washer, and that's a great way to get your foot in the door. Great way.
Nice.
I remember getting moved to keg washer, and I was like, "We'll start here. This is some bullshit. It took me a long time to get here."
You heard it here first. Any careers that start off with breweries and you got the idea from me, make sure you come say hello to me and thank you for getting that information.
Yeah, definitely go to the local homebrew supply. Google it. You can find one. if you're in Portland, FH Steinbart's, that's your guys. They've been around for over 100 years. They're gonna hook you up hard.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I went. We had a homebrew supply store nearby in New Rochelle, and I went there at the beginning. The owner didn't know me. The manager, they were a little funny, but then after we got to know each other, they taught me so much. They got me into the homebrew club. They gave me information of the other homebrew clubs around. And all the events, the competitions that were coming by. When to enter, where to bring it. A lot of good information. A lot of helpful.
I would say for a lot of people too, if you're trying to get into the actual, professional brewing side, I would highly recommend going small and not big. Big is cool.
Yeah.
And you grunt it out and you learn a lot, but for the most part, you're sort of a cog in the wheel. They're just like, I need you to do this, and here's your small thing you're gonna do. And with a smaller shop, it's more creative, it's more collaborative. What you have any ideas? Give me some ideas, and that's so awesome. I've been on all spectrums of the brewing world. I started huge. The great thing about being a home brewer, though, working for Rogue, free ingredients. They just would be like, here, whatever.
What?
So every single weekend, I would get. This is what got out of control. Me and my buddy Blake built this system together.
Hold on. Did you see Hector's face? Like how? Like,
I'm here about to pack a bag. I ain't going to Boston this week, and I'm out. I'm getting a job at a brewery as a wrap.
That's the good thing about big beer, though. Big beer, what's 5 gallons? What's 10 gallons to 100 barrels?
Yeah, of course.
30,000 gallons. 10 gallons. We spilled 10 gallons on the floor just filling kegs. They wouldn't even notice.
What's crazy is that, not to cut you off, but when you mentioned Rogue, and as I'm thinking about Rogue, and I'm thinking about how when I first started drinking beer, and you drink local, but then again at the same time you want to try all the shit, right? And you had it was like Stone, Rogue, Dogfish Head, maybe one or two others I can't think of, but like I'll be honest with you, when I think of the earlier pioneers, Stone and Dogfish Head are the ones that come up more. And the more you talk about Rogue, the more I kind of remember how much I was about Rogue that entire time. So
yeah. I got nothing against Rogue, especially now, and I don't see where they're at. But they definitely, back in the day, they were huge pioneers. My set of pioneers, though, being on the West Coast, are drastically different from the East Coast. Obviously for you, Sam Adams, Dogfish Head, any of these huge breweries like the Allagash, even, those kind of guys that are just crushing it, and they're big, and then you have these kind of other like Harpoons and stuff kind of coming out of left field that are like driving the next wave. For me, though, they're totally different. It's Bridgeport, Full Sail, they're all these kind of like West Coasty, Northwest, really kind of styles. I know the first 4 craft breweries in Oregon, and that's just because of where I lived and like that kind of craft. And they helped make it legal in 1985. They all sat down together in one table and were like, we need to propose a bill to make it legal here for people to own a brew pub. And so those 4 breweries sat down and made it legal, and then it blew up from there. That's why there's so many more breweries in Portland.
That's some mafia shit, bro.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, like, why
is I can tell you the whole story.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, why is there so many brewers in Portland? Like, what makes it?
Yeah, well, you got to think of, do you know like the Charlie Papazian story? Being a home brewer, you probably heard that story before, right? So Charlie Papazian kind of sets all this stuff in motion in 1979. Creates Boulder Beer Company. They start slowly expanding. Well, in a lot of other states, illegal to make your own beer still. Even though federally you could homebrew, you couldn't sell your beer. Up until like last year, you couldn't sell beer out of your building in Texas.
Wow.
There's a lot of weird laws like that are still in place to this day that kind of mess everything up.
Well, it is Texas.
Yeah, like here you can't.
You want to see weird? Go to Montana.
You can't sell your homebrew here, but you could accept donations. It's like
right. You can take donations. That's exactly, and you can sell tours, and they would sell tours, and then be like, all right, you can have 2 beers. I've heard all that shit. And same with Montana, you can only have 3 beers. When you sit down at a brewery in Montana and get a beer, they hand you a punch card. Click and punch the first click right there. And like, all right, you have 2 more, and then you got to go to the next brewery.
That's how it was in New Mexico when I went to Albuquerque.
What? Yeah, you
Yeah.
Dude,
All right.
that's my secret beer city, Albuquerque.
We'll get into
Shout
that.
out,
We'll get into
Mr.
another time. Another time. I think that all these stories
I'm
that
about
you're
to go
chiming
there
in
with
on.
3 different
Oh,
shirts.
yeah. All right, so
With 3 different
that's how I
shirts.
got my start in beer, was working at Rogue, paying my dues. I fought and clawed for every position I got, and I eventually worked up to being one of the lead cellarmen there.
That's awesome, dude.
Awesome. That's
Thank you.
an awesome story, man. That gets me insight of what I need to do, and how hard it is, to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm here just breaking my head, just thinking about recipes, and trying to have the best quality beer out, so I could give it to the brewers and the breweries like around here. Like I go with 2 bottles, like, oh, judge me. What is this? What you think?
No, you're doing the right thing. To
in
me,
hopes
there's 3 ways to get in like that. You either be rich, super rich, and you're like, bam, here's $1 million brewery. I've seen that before. Also, you can just straight up go to brewing school like Siebel or some of these accredited actual brewing schools where you come out with a master's degree in fermentation. Those are cool, but that also is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or you can just grind it out. You just straight up
Grind
grind
it.
it out.
My thing is always grind, man. Grinding, I think I'm pretty sure you have more experience and more knowledge, and so many tricks and tips and ways to make better beer than anybody has gone to to Siebel, any of the institutes in I think it's Minnesota, Chicago. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure it's
great example of that. A couple weeks back, I don't know if you guys follow our secondary Instagram account, the Chowder Factory, but the Chowder Factory, we always show our like funny like back stuff, behind the scenes action. And someone flipped the wrong valve, and I like jumped straight into mode, and that's because I've seen it before. So I jumped straight in there and get the thing hooked up. And they're just like, "What? I thought that tank was gone." I'm like, "No way." I was the low cellarman the first time I saw that happen.
Wow.
Oh man, it gave me kind of like anything
Anxiety?
that with the hoses that's tearing up in the brewery just gives me anxiety. Like, oh, that beer spit. Run.
Oh yeah, nah, we're all good.
I've had little spillovers here, 5 gallons, and I'm here wilding out. So just imagine the hose breaking in a big ass fermenter. Like, shit. It's going down, guys. Wow. That is that is crazy. So what?
Sorry to derail your thought process.
That's exactly why. All joking aside, that's why I said from the beginning, I'm like, yo, as much I looked into the whole brewing process, and when I heard about it, I'm like, I'm just gonna drink. So I'll leave it up to you guys. You guys are the scientists behind this. Go ahead, Hector.
Thank you.
Water chemistry. Talk to me about water chemistry. Is it useful every time you create a beer to make the water profile according to that beer? I'm here. I'm new basically, and
it's more about how the pH of the water is going to react to the malt, right? So for me, yeah, it's huge. It's huge, and especially where you live. Absolutely where you live determines everything. You got to find out your water before you do anything else. Also, you can add other things that'll give it some flavor. We had a lot of calcium chloride, some gypsum.
Yeah.
It's very classic English thing to do to your beer, but it gives it a little bit of.
Dude,
we have very hard water here, right? Water in
Yeah.
Phoenix, pretty hard. Some of the hardest in the country, and it's because we get our water from the Salt River. I mean, it's called the Salt River for a reason. It got a ton of minerals in it, and it's the sodium measurement of it is crazy high. So we got to balance a lot of that out.
Okay. Yeah, because here in the East Coast, I heard, all the brewers, like, you have the best water to brew. You don't have to buy no water, because I used to go out and buy 10 gallons of water and come up the block, going up a hill. And they were like, use tap water, bro. What are you doing? Tap water, treat your water.
All you really got to do is give it a little boil before you even go for it. Boil it first and let it cool down, and you're good. That's why all the best pizza is there.
Thank
Because
you
the
for
water
mentioning
helps
that.
it out.
Bagels, pretzels out here.
We have the
Right,
best. We
yeah.
have the best pizza in the world, by the way. I'm just saying, New York. I'm not in New York, but born and raised New Yorker. Best pizza in the world. Moving on. Sorry, you derailed me.
Yeah,
Facts.
take that, Italy.
And Connecticut. Fuck Connecticut with that bullshit pizza shit nonsense. Sorry,
Whoa.
I got a little offended by that. Because Frank Pepe's
Damn.
Pizza always try to take credit for being the world's best pizza.
Oh, weird. I heard it was really Japan, so you guys
Really?
can think about that.
Really?
What I read.
That's crazy. So moving on from Rogue, where did you go to? What was the next brewery from Rogue? Once you made it to where you were gonna make it in Rogue, you decided to move somewhere else, or just somebody else came by and be like, want to come work here?
No, I left
How did
Rogue. I
you
was
end
trying
up
to
in
get back up
Goldwater
before my
doing this
parents.
outage?
My parents live right outside of Portland. I wanted to get back up there, so
Mm.
I applied for a bunch of jobs up there. I actually ended up getting a job not in beer for like a couple of months, where I ran this moving company. But the whole time I was applying for breweries. I just needed to get back up to Portland to be close to family.
Mhm.
Family's very important to me. But yeah, I got a job at Hopworks Urban Brewery. So people call them Hub. A lot of people know them for their abominable winter ale. They crush it, man. 2009 was like their year. They went down to GABF and won a bunch of gold medals. And they just, I mean, they were brand new at the time.
Yeah.
And they still make great beer. Great beer. Everybody who worked under there, I mean, they all had degrees. And to get onto the brew tower originally there, you had to have me
Mm.
and my buddy Quinn were the first ones to ever brew on that system without a degree.
Wow.
Pretty nuts,
Wow.
yeah. So they have a bunch of brilliant people working there. You know, even in the lab, McKenna, she's lab tech. She used to be the brewery supervisor for Anheuser-Busch for a little while. She came from Oregon State University. They have
Wow.
the Shellhammer Institute there. I mean, if you guys know anything about Shellhammer, they created the Cascade hop. I mean, they've been around for a
I know the
minute, and they
Cascade hop.
create hops like that. Yeah, the Cascade, Centennial, Strata. I mean, a bunch of these like famous hops that's coming out of Oregon, and they're doing it. So anytime you meet a Shellhammer like that, coming from Oregon State, most of those guys are brilliant brewers. 4-year degree though, so I mean they better be. From there, she went to Lagunitas, and she was the QA supervisor for Lagunitas for a while, and then we were lucky enough to get her. But I've had a bunch of people like that
Mm.
working at Hopworks. It's just a bunch of beer nerds and brainiacs at the
Wow.
same time. And when I got there, I was all like, I'm a brewer. I'm going to be right on the brew deck. And they were like, yeah, the bottling line's over there.
Yeah,
Same
wait.
kind of deal.
Slow down.
Same kind of
Slow
deal.
down. Slow down,
Started in
son.
packaging.
Slow down. You gotta walk. You gotta crawl before you can walk.
Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, same kind of deal, though.
I do
Started
love
in
that,
packaging
though.
there.
I do love that. Sorry to cut you off, but I do love the fact that you mentioned now twice that here you are with all this knowledge, and they still like, hey, take you got to earn your stripes. I dig that.
Totally.
I totally dig that because that's. If anybody's listening to this and wants to get into the beer scene and say, hey, I want to make this my career or whatever it is, and they're not ready to go through that process, this is a wake up call for them. This is something that hey, listen,
Yeah.
here's who I am and here's what I'm doing. Here's how I got here. I love that. That's awesome. So sorry, I literally I like that a lot because my industry is totally call center, management industry is way different. But at the same time, you start off, doing this basics, taking calls, doing what you got to do, and then work your way up. Same thing with what you said. You say, hey, great, you know the shit, but this is where we need you. This is what you were hired for.
Totally.
This is what you were sent here to do.
Totally.
And I dig that.
Yeah. I love working for Hub. They were great. The benefit and a curse coming from being at a big brewery, I have big brewery speed.
Mm.
I worked on a line with a bunch of Mexicans, and they are the fastest people in the world. And they're just pumping all the time. And they're the best. I mean, I hold every one of those guys in very high regard.
Mm.
And when I went to Hopworks, they're on a little different pace. They're more craft beer. Like, hey man, if we 20 pallets done today. We're good. And I'm like, yeah, I want to do 30. Like we
Yeah.
were pumping, right? So because of me having that speed, it's hard to move me off of that. So I would say for an entire year, I was stuck on packaging there because it wasn't beneficial to move. Like people would come in after me and then zip right past me onto the cellar. And I was like, what the hell? No, you work harder than that guy. And I can't afford to not have you there. And I'm like, what?
You're
This is
fat.
bullshit.
So, yeah.
But it humbled me hard. It humbled me hard.
That's
Every
awesome.
time I thought I was here, I knew that I was like, this is good. I'm learning other machines. I'm learning something else. Hopworks is a medium-sized brewery, I would say. They do about 20,000 barrels a year, which is definitely no joke, but it's still like for Oregon, it's like nothing. But if they were anywhere else, they'd be the brewery.
Got it.
But same kind of thing. Bottling and canning, and then into the cellar where I was cleaning tanks and dry hopping and stuff. And then finally got to move into a filtering role where I worked with centrifuge. That was awesome. I learned so much doing the centrifuge and how important that is. And then finally onto the brew deck and brewing. That is some real brewing right there. It was awesome. Everything's mechanical there. There's no automated anything at Hopworks. They're old school brewers.
Nice.
Their brew house was 10 years old when they got it, and that was in 2007.
Wow.
So you mashing by hand with big. Wait. So giant.
There's still a plow going around.
Okay, I was like,
keep
wait,
everything spinning. But for the most part, where the malt is coming in with your hydrator, it's kind of working itself in. You don't need to mash in. Obviously, if there's a dough ball or something in the actual mash, you got to work it out. But aside from that, everything's spinning enough.
Everything's spinning. Okay. I was like, wait, what? Everything's mechanical. Like, just you guys doing everything.
But aside from that, everything else was all valves. You're not like pressing like transfer over the loud. Start laddering. That's not a thing at all.
No brew houses. Everything's like a big touch screen.
Yeah,
it's like
20 barrels too. 20 barrels. They're not messing around.
Heads up to those listening who are just here for the beer and the laughs. This is the nerd part you can skip over. I'm okay with that. If you want to hang around and listen to the nerd shit, that's cool too. But you were warned at the start of this conversation that it was going to get very nerdy. And this is the part where it got very fucking nerdy.
Sorry.
No. It's cool. Hey, listen, like I said, I'm just making sure the audience knows what's up. So go ahead. You guys nerd out. You guys talk about the shit. Like I said, I as much as I enjoy hearing about the processes and, like I've had people come to me and go, oh, yeah, I do. You guys talked about it earlier when Hector mentioned the fruit part. Oh, I do this in the fruit. I put this in this time and that time. And again, I'm messing up the words. But I'm just like, it tastes good.
It's good.
I'm one of those. I don't want to know how the sausage is made. Just, as long as it's good, I'm good. But go ahead. Sorry.
How did you get to Goldwater?
So, I got to Goldwater. Let me just start off by saying,
shout out to Goldwater Brewing out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Shout out to Goldwater.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Oh, damn. That's awesome.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, I met my wife I used to give the one public tour every week at Hopworks, and I met my wife that way, right? Her cousin was a regular at the pub, and her birthday was coming up. So, her cousin was like, hey, my cousin's coming into town, Melissa. You got to try to convince her to move here. So she comes, I give this to her, and immediately I'm smitten, of course. And she's on vacation from Sacramento, and I show her the brewery. There's a Halloween party later that night, and I show up to this Halloween party. This is just a real Reader's Digest version of how I met my wife.
I love the love
story
behind the question. I'm just saying, I love it. Go ahead. I'm digging it. Keep going.
All right. So I show up to this party. She's Princess Leia, so of course I'm even more smitten. I'm like a pilot or something stupid, and anyways, we hit it off famously. We exchanged numbers, we talk, whatever. I don't know this, but she goes home to Sacramento, puts in her 2-week notice. right? And just moves to Portland and lives with her cousin. And of course, we're talking the whole time.
Yeah.
And she ends up moving. We start dating immediately. And I mean, I'm head over heels. I'm still head over heels in love with her. She's the greatest. Uh, Anyways, I met my wife. Her family lives down here in Arizona. So we've been dating for a while. We had gotten engaged. And I would say around, man, a couple of years obviously have gone by.
Yeah.
But I would say November, December, I start looking at breweries down here. And I'm telling her, it might be kind of cool to go down here. We can start a family. The houses are relatively more inexpensive than they are in the Portland area, so we can like get our roots in,
Mm-hmm.
gain some equity, build a family, be close to family when we're raising our family. That's a
Yeah.
huge deal. So I start looking, and my friend tells me, he's like, "Look, there's only like five breweries." He does not live here, by the way. He just told me there's like five breweries that I would consider working for now. And on the very top of his list was Red House Brewing. And Red House, they crush it. They do a very good job. So I look for breweries, and there's no jobs. There's no jobs at all. And I'm like, oh, this is lame. Not even anyone. No Sampan, Four Peaks, no one's hiring. Even the big boys. And I'm like, I can jump into big boy territory. Like, I know
Yeah.
that world. And then I kid you not, the very next day that I start looking, Red House posts that they're looking for a job.
No shit.
And there's a whole other story behind that whole thing. But I applied at Red House. I fly down for Christmas, have my little interview, look at the brewery. It's cool. It's way smaller than what I was used to. And I'm right. It's a 10 barrel. They're crushing it. And I try
Yeah.
the beer. I'm like, this is pretty fucking good. And so then I talk, Preston ends up calling me, the head brewer over there. We talk online, or we talk over the phone for a while. We have a couple phone interviews, and then I come down and see the brewery. He offers me a job. He's like, when can you get here?
Mm.
Obviously, I need 2 or 3 weeks to get everything in order and come down.
Yeah.
So that's how I got to Arizona. As I started working for Red House, and that was a blast. The first time I've ever worked for a brewery where people line up to get beer.
Yeah.
No one does that in Portland. Like, why would they? There's 150 other breweries. Who
Mm.
cares? I guess Great Ocean and Cascade kind of, you could get great trade value and stuff, but even Great Ocean has their 30 barrel brew house and production space, and most of us are friends. If I really, really needed something, I'm sure I could hit up Andy or Rob or whatever at Great Ocean and be like, "Look, I need this beer," and they'd be like, "Fuck yeah, dude, here you go." That's
Nice.
just how brewers are. We're very humble and proud of what we make.
I need that
So
hookup.
I get to,
Go ahead.
huh?
I need that
Oh,
hookup. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say. So I worked for Red House for a while. I got
Mm.
to do a bunch of great stuff. I got to do a couple of events in San Diego and stuff, and I ended up doing a collaboration at Goldwater. First time meeting the Goldwater guys. I show up, I do a collab, and we hit it off so famously right out of the gate. I'm like, these are my people. These are my people. And in
I
fact, I
belong
get
here.
home that night and I tell my wife, I'm like, look, I just met my brewery. And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm going to end up working at this brewery. And she's like, are you serious? And I'm like, I'm telling you, this is a perfect fit, like a baseball mitt.
Mm.
And, I'm just telling her that. I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't think anything of it. And after that point, we make this beer called Basement Robots. It was a rice lager,
Oh
Japanese
yes,
rice
I
lager.
remember that one.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, yeah, great beer. We have a good time. I continue talking to Jordan, the old head brewer, and we're having we're starting to turn Phoenix now
Mm-hmm.
into this very collaborative thing where brewers talk. When I first moved here, nobody really talked to anybody, and people were always kind of like, they make beer too. We were not as collaborative as we should be, and now. I mean, I have people on speed dial. We like hang out and have beers and shit. It's pretty great.
That's cool.
So
We gotta talk about that afterwards.
I will. I absolutely will.
I
So
got some
Jordan is
chips on
getting
my
ready to go
shoulder.
to Dark Sky Brewing. This is what starts me at Goldwater.
Yeah.
Jordan's getting ready to go to Dark Sky Brewing, and he's like, I would really love for you to apply for the head brewer position here at Goldwater. And
Mm-hmm.
I used to think before I moved down here, I had gotten a couple of breweries in my career. I've been a brewer for like 6 years, so of course, at some point, someone's been like, "Hey, I'd like you to be a head brewer," and I'm usually like, "Okay, sure." But in my head, I've always been like, every head brewer I've worked for until this point has been in the industry for 20 years.
Wow.
Like I am not cut out. Not that I'm not cut out for it, but I didn't think that I had earned it yet. For me, that's everything. Earning it and proving your worth is everything. And and then when I came down here, I was like, "Whoa, here's in town. This is awesome." Most of these craft breweries in Phoenix are only 5 years old, and I've been growing for 6 years. So I'm like, this is pretty awesome, and everybody's super cool. And so Jordan told me to apply for Goldwater, and I'm so glad I did. Chad told me I was the very last person to apply, and right when I walked in, it was like he had kind of forgotten who I was, and it was like, "Oh yeah, yep, this is the guy."
Yeah,
That's how I became head.
You've done so much, and now you're the head brewer at Goldwater, which I think with the Go-Go Sour Rangers, with the Hop Chowders, nationwide, Goldwater is becoming a well-known name. And I'll be honest, when I first heard of Goldwater, I was like, yeah, all right. Somebody said they're going to go to Goldwater. It's like 2016, 2017. I'm going to Goldwater to new brewery, check it out. I'm like, all right, let me know how it is. And now you see me all there almost once a week. So what is it? What is next? What is the collaborations? What are the changes that you're looking for? What are the differences? What does that next level look like for somebody who's achieved so much?
For me, I mean, constantly making things that I'm proud of. That's huge. I don't like putting anything out I'm not proud of. I mean, I would say a great example is this. Remember that Mexican lager you had with me down in the basement? That quickly got turned. The name just got changed, like drastically. Right? They're calling it this corn American adjunct lager, which is fine. That's what it is. I mean, realistically, it is. It's a crusher. But it started as one thing and it turned into. But constantly being proud of what I'm making, that's huge for me. Making more, so bringing Goldwater to the next kind of like level where we can actually be in other places other than just Goldwater. That's a big deal, especially through this pandemic. It's been really hard to still sell beer. I mean, the fact that we're still open and I'm still brewing 4 times a week is a miracle. But it's just because we got people coming in every week and buying beer. It's great. The next thing though, I would love to, they've already won a Great American Beer Festival award, but I would like to win one with them. And obviously a World Beer Cup.
Shout
There's
out,
8,000.
Shout out to Machine Gun Teddy. Is that was it, right?
Oh yeah, yep, Machine Gun. Yeah, represent taking home Browns.
Machine Gun Teddy was the brown ale, right?
Yeah.
The brown can with the teddy bear. You see, I remember that can. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a classic style that I feel like we knock out of the park. That you kind of don't see unless you're in a really old brewery. Brown ales, you're not seeing new brewery be like, and our number one seller, the brown ale. Unless they're up
Newcastle. Hello.
Yeah, right.
I appreciate brown ales and red ales. I like red ales. Some good
they're great, man. They're great.
Yeah.
But constantly innovating, being proud. I would love to do a couple international collabs.
Okay.
I have friends all over the world. I mean, I've been doing this a while, so by now, I mean, we had a beer the other day for International Beer Day, and we went live on our Instagram, and I was asking the guys, like, shout out some of your international brewers, and both of them were like, I think I know one guy. And I was like, what? I know like 10 guys, and here they are. They're just like, what? Some of those guys, especially that are really, really near and dear to my heart, I would love to go do that. I feel like that would be something really, really cool. It's a huge morale booster for the brewery, but also kind of lets people know in other parts of the world that we're still making good beer in Arizona.
Good beer.
Yeah, and then if we can have them come make a beer with us in Arizona, it gets the locals here to be like, oh, wow, this is something from Japan. And you're like, yeah, of course it is.
It was interesting.
When I get on tour.
when I get the follows or I get the actual like comments from people in Japan, it blows my mind. I'm like, oh shit, you guys are killing the craft game also. Brazil's another one. Brazil, I think, I don't know.
Dude, they're crushing it. Hocus Pocus down there, they're like crushing it. Everything they make, I'm just like, I want that.
So Sean, I appreciate you being on here. I know we slotted out 15 minutes and you guys nerded out for an hour and change.
All right,
totally okay. But I'm glad you came on. I appreciate your time. Any last words you want to throw out there to any in general?
I'm a big preacher of pills. A lover of lager. So keep on the old styles a little bit.
Dude, you guys are killing it.
Honestly, though, just seeing people's love of beer, that's the biggest thing. It's huge. It's keeping us connected. It's keeping us grounded. If you're, especially right now, if you guys see the brewers when you go in there, talk to them a little. We like that kind of stuff. Obviously, we don't want to be bothered if we're really busy, but if we're not too busy and you can kind of geek out a little, that's how we got into this.
Nice.
We were geeks, so hopefully we can all share a beer one day and just be able to chill out. That's my big thing is I just want craft beer to keep moving forward.
To keep evolving, keep getting bigger. I've seen the game get so so crazy within the last few years.
Oh, Hector will be out here before 2020 ends, and you guys will geek out. I'm just gonna keep drinking.
Yeah, you gotta. I'm already planning. I was planning on going recently. I was going actually on May 1st. We planned for May. Then the whole pandemic came through and everything shut down. And but I'll be in the West Coast soon.
I need to make it up there. I've never
got to sit down and chop it up with some beers.
Wait. You say you never been to New York?
No, never.
Oh, we need to make that happen.
South Carolina, then Texas, and then
hold on.
Oregon.
We need to make that happen.
You gotta make that happen, bro. Bro, you gotta come make that happen.
Thanks for connecting with us. I appreciate your time. Tell the lady we appreciate you taking time out from the family. Congrats on the newborn. I forgot to mention that earlier. So yes, definitely. I'll see you on Friday. By the way, I'm picking up the corn and the oats, the Hall & Oats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
We'll see if it's still called Hall & Oats on Friday.
Oh.
We just got smacked with this TTB stuff today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I guess Hall & Oats doesn't love the name Hall & Oats. Anyways, we'll see what we can do. It's such a good beer. It's one of the thickest, haziest, just a banger of a freaking hazy. My God.
That's a session IPA that you guys
Is it
dude, I pounded the oats in this thing. It's so silky smooth. It's just it's money. It's money and a half.
So
I wait to try. So you already know, Joe.
I was gonna send Hector a box tomorrow, so I'm gonna hold off and send him that on Friday.
Yes.
And do that.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Sean. Appreciate your time, brother. Take care. Till next time. Till Friday.
Nice talking to you, Sean. Nice meeting you, bro.
All right, so here we go. We had an awesome interview with Sean. Joe is back with us. So I'm going to chop up that interview. You're going to hear some of it in this episode, and then the rest of it's going to be in a different episode altogether. If you're ever looking into starting brewing, what the brewery life is about, what the struggles of a brewery life is about, what the, all that shit from start to finish. If you want to nerd out, just talking about brewery shit, this is the episode to listen to. So I'll probably description or some shit, you'll see it. But if you definitely want to nerd out about brewing, this is the episode to listen to. Okay, here we go. Back to Hector and Joe. So I want to talk about. Well, let's first talk to Joe. So Joe he's drinking his raspberry cheesecake from Southern Grist that he's still yet to send to both of us, but it's okay. It'll happen eventually. But that was his first brewery release. So, Joe, talk to us about your experience of actually making the effort to go to a brewery to ensure you get this beer for your first time. Walk us through it.
I thought it was a joke when it was the comparison between a beer release and sneakers. It's very much the real thing. And it being the fact that it was this pickup only, there were cars like lined up and going like this, grabbing beer. And I was like, this is crazy. Are you serious?
Wait, so first question I have for you: how long did you wait in line? Give it take.
Give or take. I don't know, like
That's the chair, I promise.
I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If that.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Oh, you good?
It's pretty quick.
So when you started seeing people walk out, right? What were your immediate reactions?
This is crazy.
But like, did you see any orders where you're like, yo, you're really picking up that much beer? Or...
Oh, yeah, I saw people carrying cases. And I'm not talking about just 2 or 3. I'm talking about like 4, 5, 6, walking them out in dollies and stuff and put them into the car. And I was like, are you serious? Why? Why so much of that? But then I found out, people are trading them in. I started paying attention more to like the comments when they release the beers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of saying in search of this or hit me up for this. I was like, oh, this is really for real. This is deep. It's crazy. It just opens up your mind of how big this craft beer world is.
Yeah, man.
For sure, my bro.
What did you? Is there anything you didn't like about this experience? Is there anything you're like, yo, I can live without this, or you know what? Why do we got to go through all that?
The only thing I didn't like that I couldn't have a beer while I waited for my case.
Oh, and that's because of the COVID, right?
From the COVID. Other than that, man, it was great.
Yeah.
My bartender was pretty. Shout outs to her. Just keeping it a stat.
Southern Grist.
They're great. Salud. Cheers to Southern Grist.
Yeah, look at the color. Show the color first. Wait, chill. Wait, you gotta show it off, my man. Like, ooh, that is the raspberry cheesecake we're looking at from Southern Grist that Joe has. For those of you listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff, it is
color.
Almost bright reddish purple kind of like. It's definitely tons of raspberry, and I think I read they use a lot of raspberry syrup. Is that accurate?
Yeah, a lot.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that.
Me too.
Hector, so you recently had one of your stories you posted another half beer. Now that you've kind of had the Arizona beers, you had the Evil Twins, you've had some beers from other places, and now you go back to other half. Does other half still have that hunger, that fight in them?
Wow. Wow. Like
hot seat.
When I had the can, it was I got the OG can. It was I think it was one of the daydreams, one of those old dreams.
Yeah.
Was it broccoli? No, broccoli. The broccoli cream. So being that I was an OG, I was like, no, it has to be, And remember, I reminisce. I was like, oh wow, I remember this other half came out and everything. But there's so many other good IPAs that I've had already and tasted and keep coming out. That it's not the same hype, bro, no more for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's not at all.
So other half is losing their spunk, quote unquote.
I don't know if it's losing the spunk. I just think that they just above the whole hype already.
So let me ask you a question, a follow-up question. And I don't know beyond other half what experiences you have. And when you get to Trillium, I think you say you're going to Boston next week, right? And you get to Trillium, you can kind of like give some more insight to this question. But do you think a lot of these hype breweries are getting comfortable? Like, yo, if I brew however many of this beer, it's gonna sell out anyway, no matter what it tastes like. Because
I don't know if it's about comfortable.
Yeah,
it's about knowing your worth and level in the game. So it's like you're already proven to yourself. Why you gotta keep going crazy and doing these, chicken leg grease with bacon stout, whatever. I'm just saying. Why I'm gonna go crazy when I could do the coffee crunch,
yeah,
the coffee macadamia stout, the black street stuff from Trillium, that it's gonna be wild every time. So why go crazy? Like they already know we do this and this and this and that.
Yeah.
Be there already. You know. That's my point of view from that. I see that, you know.
So being on the West Coast, I get a lot of monkish out here. And for those who not familiar, Joe, monkish is probably one of the, if you talk about breweries nationwide, they're easily within the top 10, maybe even top 5 that people mention.
Yeah.
I want to have a monkish beer. I want to get a monkish beer. So monkish, for me, has become to the point where I don't get excited for monkish. Like, I know people that are selling monkish 4-packs for $50, $60, $75. But like
To this day,
yeah. But like, I don't get excited for monkish anymore. Like I get monkish, and I got a monkish. I'll try it, and oh, this is good. But it's monkish, is what I expect.
Yeah.
You know, and I've seen my friend. He lives in California, and he's a huge monkish advocate. And I've seen the lines that he stands in, and I'm like, I don't know if he's worth it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even that serious. You know, I'd rather go to a smaller brewery in California, Arizona, New York, wherever I'm at, and try them out and see how they're doing, rather than wait in line for a monkish. So, you know, I do think a lot of these breweries have gotten comfortable, have gotten to the point where, hey, I can make all this good shit and take it or leave it, because I know I have a market. Whether you take it or not, somebody else is gonna buy it. So
I still think the other half is still doing, you know, their creative beers at the brewery.
Yeah.
You know, but releasing, as far as releasing now, they just throwing out the regulars, basically nothing. I don't think they going above and beyond anymore, because
So
they know
I'm
gonna sell.
I'm blown away by Evil Twin, by the way. Like I told you before, if all you send me in boxes is Evil Twin, I'm not gonna be mad at it.
Evil Twin just keeps slapping people in the face with their dick, yo. Yo, it's just cállate. Yo, no more, bro. No homo, bro.
Yeah.
Wow, bro. Like, yo, how you went through a pandemic releasing 5 and 6 beers a week, bro?
Yo,
Who the fuck you think you are, Evil Twin?
I'm laughing because I don't
You got me
disagree with
bankrupt, bro. You got me out here about to pull my luggage, bro.
You over here reaching out to Cuomo, like, Cuomo, where's my Evil Twin stimulus? Like, what's good, fam? Like, I need that.
No, bro, I'm here digging in my piggy bank and like, wait, it's $22. I got $2 in quarters. Making it though.
So recently, I'll talk about this beer because I know, Hector, you've had it once or twice, and I've had it once. That Voltage, that Midtown Dew, Mountain Dew, for those who are listening that can't see my air quotes, that Voltage, fucking amazing. It's crazy because I think we talked about them like 3 or 4 times already in this podcast, but it's one of those things where you just can't not talk positive about them. You can't not drink other beers and just say, yo, this Evil Twin. It doesn't stick out because that doesn't make any sense. It sticks out. It's such a fucking amazing beer. We had the Body by ET, which had the fucking what's that called?
The energy drink syrup.
The energy syrup. Then you have this one that had the Midtown Dew had shaved ice raspberry or some shit syrup. I forget what was it. What was the syrup?
Raspberry syrup.
Was it raspberry? Raspberry syrup.
Yeah.
Shaved ice raspberry syrup.
Raspberry
Like those.
syrup,
That's a specific. My man, yeah, exactly. That's a specific. Like you went out and said, "Hey, I'm gonna take this random shit, turn it into a beer," and there we go. And you know, after the conversation we just had with Sean from Goldwater, the head brewer, it's like, yo, how do you do that? Like, how do you mix everything to a pot, fucking stir it up, and then here you go. Enjoy that.
And bring out heat too, and bring out the sauce too.
Yeah.
Like, it's like everything is just elite. Like, bro, if I would have known that the EQ and ET collab, that more marshmallow out the. I don't know if I sent you one of those cans.
Yeah.
If I would have known that shit was that good, I would have never traded for that other half can.
Yeah.
Right.
There's certain breweries, certain brewers that just do shit, and they do it so fucking well that you just can't ignore. So for those who are new to the craft beer game, Joe was probably listening. Like, I wish I knew more about all this. There's
a little bit,
and that's good though, because that's like, hey, there's this chef working at this brewery, or the chef opened up his own. I'm sorry, brewery. The chef owned restaurant. The chef now opened up his own restaurant. You take that and you're like, bro, immediately, without a doubt, you're like, I'm going there. You know what I mean? And it just, that's exactly what the effect is when it comes to craft beer. When somebody starts their own or does their own or becomes now the big guy or big lady, you know, there are female brewers. Shout out to them. You know, it becomes a like, you know, oh shit, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know, that within itself, you know, speaks for itself. So, all right, now that we just bullshitted and pretty much sucked off Evil Twin for about 10 minutes.
Trying to get a sponsorship, Joe? Trying to get a sponsorship for Evil Twin? Yeah, why don't you call him up?
Joe, hit him up, Joe. Joe's already, hold on, Joe's already getting the fucking likes and the mentions.
Yeah.
And the follows. Let's do it.
And the follows.
I'm telling you, it's gonna work. We're gonna make something happen.
So last week was National IPA Day. So I'm gonna start with Joe since he's the novice here. What is the original IPA that you tried and you said, you know what, this is it. This is fucking amazing.
Geez, I don't even think that's even considered a craft beer anymore. But, damn, I believe it was like Goose Island 312. If I'm not mistaken.
Nah, that's not.
That's an IPA. No,
that's a wheat ale. The 312, I believe.
Jeez,
but the Goose Island is the green one. If you had a Goose Island,
it was another. Yeah, the green and black one. Green and black.
So Goose Island, listen, Goose Island, even though they sold out to Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, whoever the fuck it is.
And Bev.
They were still, at its time, again, we talked about it in the other conversation with Sean, I think they were one of the original pioneers when it comes to, like, just brewing good nationwide craft beer. But yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'll give you my hats off.
That was like the first one, honestly speaking.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
The IPA that took me into the zone to the IPA world was.
You was like.
Boom Sauce from Lord Hobo Brewing in Massachusetts.
That's a cheat code, bro. Boom Sauce is amazing. There's no way Boom Sauce was it. You have to go further back than that.
Oh, for real. Of course, I had the Rebel IPAs.
That's what I'm talking about. The original. It's something that got you into like, yo, IPAs is life.
Boom Sauce is still. I was like, okay, IPAs, whatever. I still like my sours. I like stouts. I was like going to stouts or sours. You know, the regular amber ales. I was drinking mad Fat Tire during that time. It was Fat Tire out, bro. So I was not giving the IPA the love until I had this Boom Sauce. And after that, I was like, y'all could make IPAs like this? It's like the first hazy IPA that just like, oh, shit.
Bro, aren't you the lover of West Coast IPAs? And you over here, like, bigging up the West Coast?
No, because look, like the Rebel IP, the Sam Ass Rebel, that shit's bitter, dank. I had the Green Flash during that time. You know, super bitter, dank. I love those. But when I tried that hazy IPA, like the East Coast way, that's when I was like, oh, this is the way from this side of town. I fucks with this too. Like, I fucks with this.
Okay. So you experienced something new outside of the norm, and that just took you to a whole nother level.
Exactly. And then from there, we'll just look for the hazies, look for the doubles.
Where them
You
hazes
know,
at? Where them hazes at?
yeah. Let me see. We don't say hazy. I don't want that.
Yo, if it ain't thick as fuck, I don't want it.
I went through my phase. Yeah, that's when I then that's after that. That's when I found the other halves,
Mm.
the fin backs. I was like, oh my god,
Este
oh my
juguito,
god,
este es un juguito. This is a little juicy. I like it.
yo, wow, wow.
For me, to go back, it was one and then a second one. So, City Steam out of Hartford, Connecticut, they put out a IPA called Innocence, and that was local for Connecticut when I was living in Connecticut at the time, and I got into craft beer. That was the beer for me. That was it. When I would go after work, buy a 4-pack of Innocence, and Innocence was probably the first 4-pack I ever bought. So I was so used to 6-packs and shit like that when I went to the liquor store and I'm like, yo, what's good to try? He's like, yo, this Innocence is really good. I'm like, bro, I'm not paying $12, $13 for a fucking 4-pack. Where's my other 2 beers? You know, ignorant as fuck.
He's like, what?
He's like, yo, try this and come back to us. Long story short, tried it, loved it. City Steam, Innocence. Got the little Velma chick on the cover. Fucking loved it.
Took
Velma
your
from
beer
Scooby-Doo.
innocence away, bro.
What was that? Yo, took my IPA Innocence.
This Spale, so bro.
But then after that, I started venturing out, and then Centennial IPA from Founders was probably is a solid for me.
Okay.
Blue Point before they sold out, Optical Illusion. I love that shit.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay.
So there was a few. There's a few that kind of like I had a range, I guess you can call it. But that was just like my thing, man. So when IPAs came out, I was like, yo, have you had a... Now, as much as I was a fan of Newcastle, the brown ale, I love Newcastle when I first started drinking beer. And they put it out. They put out the Werewolf Red Ale. I love that shit. And then they put out a winter IPA, and I was like, this winter IPA is shit. Get it away from me.
You're like,
But
wait, I don't want the spiced cinnamon nutmeg clove shit out of my face.
Nah, but everything else is fucking solid, man. So shout out to City Steam, shout out to Founders, shout out to Blue Point. Those were the brews that were like when I got them, I was so excited to drink.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I remember when IPAs first started coming around. I remember Flying Dog, the Raging Bitch.
Oh, I love Raging Bitch. Raging Bitch is amazing.
No,
bro, Raging Bitch is fucking the quadruple, the fucking Belgian quadruple.
Yeah, that Belgian IPA is 12%. That shit tastes like fucking hot garbage, bro.
I love that shit, man. That was like, legitimately my favorite beer for a while, the Raging Bitch.
Yeah, because you should get fucked up with 2 bottles. Like I used to take it to parties. Like I'm buying a pack of 2 packs of Raging Bitch for these people. Fucked up with 2 bottles. I'm gonna get these cans for me.
That's like mostly a bottle of wine you're drinking right now, bro. You enjoy it.
Yo, Raging Bitch playing no games.
Yo.
Goddamn.
Flying Dog. Shout out to Flying Dog. Is it Maryland? Baltimore? Maryland? Somewhere in Maryland.
Maryland.
Yep. Shout out to Flying Dog. The Raging Bitch was it for me. I'm not gonna lie. Raging Bitch was one of the original beers that I got excited for, because I used to watch True Blood when it first came out, and they mentioned Raging Bitch in True Blood.
Oh shit! You're like, this is the beer.
I was like, yo, man, it's talking about the beer that I drink. This guy.
You're so palo.
So let's take a quick break. Let's take a second. Let's finish whatever we're drinking. Let's get this Arizona Light from Huss Brewing, and let's talk about it.
Cool beans.
Oh, it goes the chuggy.
Nah,
I'm gonna wait till Joe finishes his chug. All right, so hold on. Yep, everybody's back. We got the Arizona Light from Huss Brewing. Everybody has a can. Arizona Light. Huss Brewing. Shout out to Huss Brewing. Huss Brewing makes amazing beer in Phoenix or somewhere in Arizona. They make the coffee kolsch. They make the Scottsdale Blonde, I believe it is, and I could be wrong, and I'm sorry if I am. This Arizona Light, though, this is fucking it for me. So when I mentioned the Arizona Light to Hector, Hector was he's the guy who's like fuck light beer, and I was like that too. I'm not gonna lie. But after having this light beer, it's so good. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna send it to Hector. I'm gonna send it to Joe. We're gonna record a podcast. We're gonna record an episode. We're gonna try it out. And I know it's good. It's fucking amazing. I dig it. It's got a super crystal clear look to it. For those of you who are listening to this on
Very,
Spotify
very
and
crystal
everything
clear.
else and Apple Podcasts, very clear, but it's so fucking refreshing, man. Um, it's about $1.50 a can here locally in Arizona. 110 calories, 4.02 ABV. So forget 4.2, 4.02. So we're getting super light. But this is it, man. This is dope. Like if I want to drink a beer without having a heavy, crazy, fucking thick ass body, this is exactly what I want to have. So
Okay.
let's get Hector's first sip and see what he says about it. Let's see what thoughts he comes across. Let's see what he
Well,
thinks. Again, this is the guy who says fuck Coors Light, fuck Corona, fuck all that shit. So this is a light beer that he's usually not drinking. So let's go.
smell like Corona. Y Kulai.
Smells like Corona Light. Okay, we got the smell.
It does have some substance to it. It has more flavor. It's more flavorful than
Okay.
a Kulai. More flavorful than a Corona. Still very bland, very light. For those that
It's a
do
light. It's a
drink
light beer, bro.
Kulai, well, I'm very bland, very light. Hence the name. So for those that like Kulai and likes that kind of beer, they're gonna crush it. For those that do not like it, like me, I'm about to chuck this shit out of it right now.
Would you buy a 6-pack of this?
Me?
Yeah, you. I mean, you.
Yeah,
You.
to
Who's
throw them,
also talking to?
I'll buy them to throw them off my roof.
This guy.
Start hitting people with them shits in the back of the head, yo. That's only good for, bro. They light. They light though, bro.
But it's a good light. It's not like a shitty light or whatever. It's a good light.
Like I said, it has more flavor than than a regular
Yo,
commercial.
you was
light
bigging up
beer.
Stella not so long ago.
The solstice. You don't knock it till you try it. I tried this already. I can knock this one. I tried it.
All right.
I tried it.
So Joe, what's the word? Untainted or whatever you freaking call it. You taste it already?
I haven't tasted it, but I tell you one thing. As soon as I open it, it reminded me of a Bud Light. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that smell.
Okay, but we do remember it's a light beer, right? Like we're on the same page that it's a light beer.
Yeah, of course. It's a light beer.
Okay, I'm just making sure we understand that because you keep saying, "Oh, it tastes like a light beer." It tastes like a light beer, motherfucker. It is a light beer. It's on the fucking. It's literally the biggest letters on the can.
I mean, taste a Presidente Light. Presidente Light will put you in your ass, bro. With a pillow under your ass. Make
Hold
sure
on,
you sit down
he's doing the second drink. Go ahead, Joe. Talk to us.
I'm not a fan. This ain't it, Chief.
Oh, you guys are killing me, bro. That's it. Yo, Huss, I'm sorry, Huss Brewing.
Even it's like a light a light beer, but then I feel like that bloatiness, like when you drink a shitty beer. No, I'm not with it.
Wait, are you saying that because you're getting flashbacks of it, or are you already getting bloated?
No, like I'm really like I feel it. Like, if I were to drink a full can of this, which I am gonna chuck this shit just like Hector. I am gonna feel that.
You gonna do a podcast, Chuck?
Why not? You ready?
Hold on. Wait, we doing this? Hold on. So, Huss Brewing, fuck all that you heard. They're gonna do a chug of the Arizona Light. They want to do a chug. 3, 2, 1 countdown. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
You doing a chug?
It's the chug.
3, 2, 1. Go.
¿Tú supiste que estamos activos? Max, la podcast.
So, listen. I bought this beer several times. I like it. And, my palate, my taste is ridiculously wide in my opinion. It could be that, maybe I haven't tried enough. I don't know. But I dig this beer. I enjoy it. I buy it. Once in a while, I'll buy a 6-pack, throw it in my fridge. I'll put two, I'll get my 22-ounce 22-ounce glass. I'll pour 2 of them in this bitch. 2, 1.5 or whatever it is. And I'll just sit there and enjoy it, man. Sometimes I want to have something simple and just fucking drink. I dig this.
Think it by yourself, bro. Ponte un go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Déjame con mi sweet water.
Yo.
For real.
I'm mad you brought it back to Sweetwater.
I just drank some Arizona Cool Light.
Anyway, so
let's for beer. They get those basement big brewers.
Anyway, shout out to Huss Brewing. This is fucking dope. I dig it. Fuck what they said. I am sending you guys the Tombstone Light though. The Tombstone Light is another one that I'm sending you guys.
Cool. I like Tombstone.
So I don't care what you guys say. You guys are getting the Tombstone Light. Anyway, so back to beer. So we talked about it the last podcast. The 450 glasses that are selling for $250.
Ridiculous.
We talked about it. I post on my stories, and I got some responses back. Do you guys remember some of those responses?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw somebody was like going to pay like max $20. I was like, really?
Oh, man, you said Tarjay.
But,
So, Hector, what was some of the responses that you saw in my stories that kind of blew your mind? Anything that caught you off guard or caught you like, oh, you really dropping that much on the glass?
Yeah, some dude said 100. I was like, what?
I believe it was 150. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, you wildin'. Like, I get a whole beer for $100 and drink it the same way you gonna drink it in your expensive cup, and I'm gonna get super sauce just like you probably. Probably gonna have a better time. I'm gonna have more beer than you because you spent $100 in the cup. Yo, that's wild.
Anything that you agreed with? Anything besides the $20 and $5 or whatever it was? We
$20.
So, to give some context to what was posted on Instagram and some of the responses, we had a wide range. So I posted a clip of the last episode, and in that clip it said, "Hey, how much would you spend for a beer glass?" And I think we were unanimous. At least Hector and I were like 20, 25, 30 was like the top end. And when I posted on my stories, I got responses back where people were saying it was like 50, 80, 150.
Yeah.
It was some ridiculous numbers. Ridiculous to me myself. I'm not saying it's ridiculous to anybody else because obviously they dropped the cash on it. But to me, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll support you. I'll buy your glass. It's a specialty glass. $20, $25. Cool. Anything more than that? Hey, give me the beer. I'm good. That's all I want. So,
Yeah.
Joe, when you saw some of those responses, what were going through your head?
I mean, I already told you guys, like, I would spend a lot of money if it has like a cause figure on it. So, the numbers were low.
So I actually looked into that. And so what you're saying is if the actual artist who does cause, like, drew something on a glass and then sold it, you would buy that.
Hell yeah.
But if I screen...
I'll sell my kidney, fam.
Shout out to the black market. And if I screen printed a cause on a glass and sold it for $50, $100. You still buy it?
I mean,
because you were talking about art back.
If it's fugazi, I ain't with it.
Okay, so you're not you want the official from
it needs
the
to
artist.
be official tissue.
Okay.
Makes no fugazi.
Hector.
I just spent $33.99 with shipping for the two most popping craft beer glasses you're gonna see in the next few weeks when they get here. Crazy, some wild shit.
Wait, you got some more chalices?
Nah, I already told the she told me the production is backlogged, is in back order. For the next one, I told her to put a half-inch more of gold brim.
Okay.
More gold and a little more
so
smaller on the San Pao in the front, so you can experience more of the color of the beer.
So Hector has a chalice, but it's a glass with a gold rim, and I'm always breaking his balls about it. But yeah, it's
that king cup. The Real Pao Pao.
So let's change gears a little bit. IG Reels, aka TikTok. Yo. So Instagram was like, oh, Vine, you want to do fucking videos? Guess what? We do stories or whatever. No, videos? We do videos. Snapchat, you want to do fucking stories or whatever it is? Guess what? We'll do stories. Now, TikTok. Oh, TikTok, you want to do this? Guess what? We got Reels. And I'm like, first of all, 90% of the Reels are just imported TikToks.
Yeah.
So, Joe, you're a bit on the technology side of this whole group. What is your take on the whole Reel, aka TikTok, IG, aka whatever the fuck? I don't know.
I'm totally with it, man, because it's like it's a one-stop shop, only one app. You don't have to go everywhere. Why not? I'm totally with it.
Yo, it's taking on my Explore page. My Explore page is literally 3/4 of Reels. And
it's totally cool. If it's done right, you know what I'm saying? There's people that get really into it, and like the editing is like impeccable in a sense. If it's done right, yeah, why not? People were making thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars off of TikTok, just doing stuff like that. Why not just bring it into IG? Yeah.
I didn't know people make money off of TikTok.
People making money off of TikTok. So if you go ahead and bring that over to, let's say, IG, and you're already popping in IG and put 2 and 2 together, bank money.
Yeah. And you got the president to support you to shut down TikTok.
I mean, shut it down. Point of view. That's a whole different, view. But
I'm just saying that's also part of like it's just interesting that executive order shutting down TikTok. Here's IG Reels. I'm like,
hey, but guess what? Yo, that's business. That's great.
IG capitalizing of the ban that's about to hit TikTok.
Yeah, not IG, Facebook, because now it's like it's Facebook that owns IG. So it's like, dude, they doing everything. They are literally becoming a monopoly in a sense.
Facebook is just chilling out there like,
all right.
All right, bro. That's enough. Give me that.
Legit, yeah.
So
that's good. That's good. Let's see where they could go with that. Oh, she got popular. We got that too.
So
they're sending all these little guinea pigs to just run out with apps and new programs. And be like, oh look, the red one. The red one is making it big. Let's get that red one here too,
dude.
Bring him in. I Mbev.
Yeah, right.
Mbev, yeah, like Mbev, yeah.
The connection. The connection, I love it. My son was huge he was big into TikTok. He'll make his gaming videos, shit like that. Now I see grown, like people older than I am, making TikTok videos and shit like that. Hector, you had a TikTok for a little bit. I don't know if you still have it.
Yeah, I have it. I've been actually uploading lately. I've been uploading more to it. It's been coming around.
TikTok or Reels?
I have a video. Reels I did like 2. TikTok, I actually got a video like got like 20,000 views the other day. I was like, oh shit, I'm hype.
I made it, man. I made it.
We almost making it here.
Mama, I made it.
Yeah, then my boy was like, nigga, 20,000 ain't shit, my nigga. My son got one with 100,000. He's talking about, and he was just playing Fortnite.
Yo, all
Like,
jokes. Nah, no jokes. My son posted a video of him and his cars on a game called Rocket League, and yo, 100,000 likes, whatever the fuck it is, 100,000 views, whatever the fuck, whatever it is.
Wow.
I'm like, yo,
like,
you're just
wow.
posting your car. You're not even doing anything.
But I'm telling you, I was here my hype. I'm like, yo, I got one of these videos running on TikTok. That's just wild. 20,000. He's like, so ain't nothing. Like, what you mean?
Shut you down. He's like, nah, fam.
Yeah,
Like,
yo, 20,000 in Instagram is 20,000. Chill.
yeah, that's
Yeah, that's nothing in TikTok, bro. It's light.
that's pocket change. So now,
I was like, oh,
I
okay.
see.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right, bro.
let's I'm gonna actually, you guys are finished. I'm gonna finish this beer, and then we'll go. Actually, let's go into the. So, what do you? If your lady, wife, girlfriend, significant other, you're somebody who's serious to you, came to you and said, "Yo, I'm gonna start an OnlyFans page." What's good? Now, hold on. I'm gonna set this up. By saying women can do whatever they want. Nobody here is, my side is you to say, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. The opinions are based on, hey, you can't come to us. This is something off. This is my reaction to that. So you can't argue somebody's reactions. You can do whatever you want. It's 2020. But go ahead.
Damn. All right.
I think Joe. Hold on. I think Joe has something in his head that he wants to get out right now.
Yeah, bring it. I'm gonna come.
Yo, she got an OnlyFans, bro, and you ain't telling nobody.
Nah. But I got somebody from I got somebody from my past. You know,
Okay.
I got somebody from my past. I got an OnlyFans.
Yo, I heard Hector has an OnlyFans doing dishes, bro.
Yo, fact, bro.
He's like, yo, mommy, you like that? You like that? Like how I
scrub
that side?
hands with Palmolive?
Yo, we got a DJ actually from Olympia that he has an OnlyFans, and I don't know what he does, but he has OnlyFans. This is for everybody. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yo, I almost spit out all my beer. You can't tell me you have a boy that has OnlyFans and you have no idea what he does. That is straight bullshit.
Yo, for real, he'd be like talking about it on the chat. He'd be like, "Yo, I got an OnlyFans." I'm like, "Yo, for real, bro?" He's like, "Yeah, I just have myself like there." I'm like,
"Yo, he just folded his laundry? Is that what he's doing?"
I don't fucking know. I don't ask, fam. I think that shit is weird, you know.
Your subscription is for 17 cents a month.
Yo, at the
so
end
far
of the day,
he's made
all right. All right. So, Joe, your lady comes to you. She says, "Yo, I'm thinking to make some extra money. I'm gonna start an OnlyFans." How are you reacting to that?
You bugging.
You wouldn't even ask, like, can I get more detail about it?
You bugging. It's not happening, fam. I'm in like 700 different chats. You know how many times I see the same girl passed around, especially yo, I'm gonna keep it a stack.
OnlyFans pictures be coming around the chats.
Yo, and I just be like, damn. You know, especially when it hits kind of close, you know what I'm saying? You'll be like, damn.
But
it's one of those moments.
But you take it, so just for the argument's sake of the conversation, you're taking the OnlyFans into the explicit shit. There could be OnlyFans and she's fucking just chilling there watching Netflix, bro.
Oh yeah, but she does that too. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that you're selling yourself. You have no dignity, no anything, just to make some money.
Again,
like
a female can do whatever she wants. This is
Oh
Joe's
yeah,
reaction.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
Joe's
this is just me. This is just me. I'm just speaking. Like yo, do you? But
as the
I ain't
partner,
with it. I ain't with
She
it.
can do whatever she wants. Being clear.
I ain't with it. Búscate otro palomo. Not me, fam. Really.
Joe's got his bags. I'm like, yo, I'm good, fam. Enjoy. Have fun.
Que te vaya. I don't care how much money you make, fam. Sorry.
Let me tell you this. How about if it's a foot only fan?
Feet only? I'm not for nothing.
Not even feet. A foot.
Foot. Feet. Yo,
What
with those
foot?
feet
Not
or
feet.
used underwear, bro. I'm down with that.
You can't sell one way or the other.
Fam.
They're both. So
Fam,
if she
feet
said
or used underwear, that's cool. But if she has to show herself now,
how do you use underwear and OnlyFans? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Never mind.
Yo, this boy's some big money, fam.
I only show my left foot. My left foot. And I get $8 million a year.
Yo, show your left foot, man. Go ahead. I pay for the pedicure.
So there's limits to what this is. See,
I don't want you showing your face, man. It's not happening.
Okay. We're not showing your face.
Now we get somewhere.
You put a careta over her, yo.
Sin cara, no face.
And no
what
tattoos,
else?
you told me?
Okay, so what if she wears the arm wraps and she's still covered? Or she's
That's
not covered?
cool. No,
Sin cara.
no face. Yo, you gotta keep it a stat because you gotta look at the numbers. Because if my shorty's over here bringing 120K,
that's what I'm saying.
Bro, you weren't
saying
that 5 seconds ago. 5 seconds ago, you're like, yo, hit the bricks. Hit the bricks, bro.
But wait. And then I start thinking. I gotta start thinking. For real, though.
Okay, hold on. So let me get back to you. Think of your algorithms and your flows and everything else and your metrics. And then I'm gonna hit Hector up with this question, and then I'm gonna come back to you and see how your thought process changed. Hector, your lady.
It depends. It depends what the OnlyFans purpose for. For example, Cardi B got an OnlyFans page right now. That's $5, and everybody named Mama is gonna join that shit. Because first of all, it's $5, and second of all, she's famous, fine, but she specifically said it. She's not gonna be showing no ass, no tits, no pussy. It's gonna be just for her, socializing with fans, bringing out new ideas, whatever.
If I wanted to see Cardi B naked, I just hit the internet. In 10 seconds, I got it. I don't need OnlyFans for that. I'm talking about somebody who's not known, somebody who's, they get a lot of attention because they're a female. Sex sells. We have to agree sex sells. Doesn't matter how you slice it.
So that's the thing. If you're going on that route, yo te voy a poner un code. Nah, because I know where you're going. I know the perps that be there. They be like, yo, come on, I'm gonna send you $50 extra, $100. Let me show a nipple. You don't gotta see that shit. Nobody gotta know. So you're on the side. Next thing you know, we chilling, talking to the guys on WhatsApp. Okay. Bang, and nipple comes through. You know that nipple got that little nalcito right there on top of the fucking areola.
It got the tattoo. It got the there's one of one.
It depends what the purpose is for. For an example, if your OnlyFans is to enlighten women and talk about sexuality without getting naked or whatever, just be like a sex therapist, whatever, talk shit and
start a
be
podcast.
Erotic, be explicit by not showing something, then by all means bring that money in.
Good answer.
But you ain't showing no culo, yo. You showing that culo, your culo gonna be outside the door.
Yo. So for me, it's not too far from what Hector said, right? So, 1, what are we showing? 2, why are we showing it? 3, to Joe's point, what's the revenue expected to look like? You know what I mean? Like, hey, you want to show your feet? You're making $2,000 a month? Let's do it. You want to show more than that? To make more than that? Now you're compromising my. What is it? Not mine. It is mine.
Integrity, bro.
Not as integrity. It is and it isn't.
Your manly integrity, bro. There's gonna be no way that your ass is gonna be like, yo, your girl ass cheek, yo, looks kind of weird, bro. Why?
But
What the fuck, bro?
It's all right. Why she
yeah.
got those extra dots on there, bro? It's good. But no,
Ya me shooting up
it
the
gets to a
culo.
point where I do agree that there is a level of hey, I earned the right to see that. You can't just buy your way into that shit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see.
You know what I
I
mean?
see where you
Like
go.
I spit game. I was, I fell in love with you, whatever it is. I got to see that. You can't just give it to some dude saying, "Yo, here's $125. Let me see what you got."
Facts.
You know what I mean? That makes that kills my whole like shit. You know. So again, this goes back to women can do whatever they want to do. Women can do whatever they choose to do, but there is an impact to your significant other, male or female, whatever it is, it's gonna happen. And if they're cool
No.
with it, they're cool with it. Fuck it. I know a lot of couples that are, fucking Joe talked about Pornhub couples all the time in our group
Yup.
chat.
I know one is specific. They make bank.
Ew-wee.
Hey, you.
So
Anything is possible.
let's take a quick break. Let's go ahead and get these, Hector, let's get the Hackensack, the Hoppy Lager. And then Joe has another beer he's going to get, and we're going to talk about the 2 Chainz and Rick Ross.
Just
We'll be right back. All right, we're back now. So Joe pulled out a Pueblo Vida out of Tucson, Arizona.
Okay.
Talk about it. Talk about it, Joe. Talk about it. Let the people know what it is, bro. Let the people know.
This shit is good. So let me start off when you open up the can. The aesthetics of the can, artwork is great. I'm into all this. This is amazing.
Say well designed. Say well designed. That's the name
Well
of the
designed.
art. Say well designed. No.
Say well designed.
Yeah.
That's the guy that did it. Okay.
That's the guy's name.
All right. Say well designed. Yo, my man. You did fucking amazing. All right.
That's his name. Well designed.
Say well designed.
What?
Oh yeah. Say well designed.
That's his name.
Yeah.
What? Say what design? His name is designed for real.
Now I gotta look it up. Yo, his name, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's at Say Well Design. So
Well designed.
I'm gonna share this one in the group chat so you guys can Yo.
Hey, say well designed. You did great, bro, with the artwork.
That's just one of the few. Like he actually does amazing artwork for a lot of his cans. So he's probably, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's the primary like graphic designer when it comes to Pueblo Vida. He makes all their cans. And yes, so I sent the profile in the group chat so you guys can check it out. But he is very much like his artwork is fucking amazing.
Man, so this beer overall. So looking at the can, that's great. Opening it, this is the aroma. This is very aromatic. It's very fruity. Color of it. This is great. Dope IPA. It's just
Yeah, you got that painter's light. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I peep your stories, bro. So Joe has. If you've ever seen like construction workers and painters when they fucking do in a room that has no electricity or whatever it is, they have these giant fluorescent lights. I think that's what Joe has in his house because
I just gotta so I do a lot of weird stuff on my side, like photography, pictures, graphic design, XYZ. So
man, that's not weird. Weird is fucking bitches on video and camera and like putting on OnlyFans.
Oh, who said we're not doing that? Anyways, why you think I know so much about Pornhub? I'm just kidding. Anyways, so I got a light I put it mounted on my camera.
I get it,
and it's just dope. It just helps,
I got
my house. My house is moody. My apartment is moody. I like it nice and mellow.
Okay.
It's a vibe.
Okay.
You know, this is a vibe.
Hey, the ladies in Tennessee, and he got good beer. Que lo que? So, Hector and I, we're gonna open up. Hector sent me a can of this Hackensack Brewing. If Hackensack sounds familiar to everybody listening, it's because he wouldn't shut up about it in the last episode. Hector was Hackensack this and Hackensack that. He even wore the Hackensack fucking shirt. So I had before.
Hackensack is great.
No. So before, yes, agreed. Before recording this episode, I posted a beer, Hackensack IPA, and it was fucking amazing. So this hoppy lager from Hackensack, I am very interested in trying. I'm very interested in giving it a shot. I trust Hector with his beer selections, and if he fucking can't stop talking about Hackensack, then chances are they're fucking amazing. So here's my without further ado, here's my pour of the hoppy lager from Hackensack, and you can't even see my face.
Are you still on a plastic cup, bro?
My man, plastic cups all day, solo cups all day.
Oh, because it's Hackensack, you pour it in plastic?
It's because yo, I'm not bougie, bro. I use any cups. I don't give a shit.
Oh, now you're not bougie?
My body is still a temple, but if it pours out of a bucket, a Home Depot bucket, I'm good.
I got you. I feel you.
All right, so here I go.
I feel you.
This is definitely hazy as fuck for a lager. So for those of you seeing this on YouTube, this is fucking hazy. I'm spilling some. It's hazier than some hazy beers that I've had, and I'm holding it up to the camera so everybody can see and actually take their time looking at how hazy as fuck this beer is. It's a hoppy lager. So here I go. Wait, what's the ABV? The ABV, 5%. 5% is good. All right.
Sabro hops.
By the way, if you ever want to piss off your girl or your significant other, do that. No, this is good. This is solid. It's very lagerish, but it reminds me of, it has an IPA characteristic to it. This is like the best of both worlds combined. Yeah, I'm gonna drink another sip of it.
Yo te lo dije, tú no me estabas creyendo, llévate de Gibby.
No, this is like, hey, I like a pale ale. Hey, I like an IPA. Hey, I like a lager. Well, here's what we're gonna brew together, and this is what I'm serving you. Yeah. And it's I dig it. It's got the body of a lager, of a pale ale. It's got the kick of an IPA. It's got the crushability of a lager. It's literally like all in one. I'm gonna hold it up to the camera because it's definitely, for me, it's an all in one. It's solid as fuck, bro. I'll dig this. Again, this is 2 beers now that I've had from Hackensack that I probably said Hackensack more than Hector said in the last episode, and
I'm just letting you slide right now. Your time, baby.
Anyway, shout out to Hackensack Brewing. Mike, you said his name was right?
Yeah.
Miguel. Shout out to Mike. I hate Jersey, but this beer is fucking amazing. I don't know what you guys are doing over there, but I dig this shit, man. This is fucking dope. This is beer number 2 that I've had from Hackensack, and it's fucking dope. I'm gonna take a quick picture real quick. You guys go ahead and talk amongst each other.
I'm telling you, man. Hackensack doing big things.
Hackensack is great, man. That environment is just dope.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You went to Hackensack, man.
Yeah, that was pretty dope, man. I love it. And it's like
good vibes.
You go outside of this dope, and it's like right next to like the tombstones.
Wait, what?
Tough beer, man.
It's right next to.
It's behind a tombstone shop, bro.
A graveyard?
Yeah. Nah.
the tombstone shop where they sell the lapillas. That's what we call it in Spanish. The
Graveyards,
tombstone,
the graves.
the graves, like the
Yeah.
grave stones.
Yeah, it's just dope. It's a good vibe because it's like you get there and it's like boom, and it opens up and it's like, oh
It's
shit, the brewery.
right behind that store. So when you
Okay.
come in, you walk through a driveway of a tombstone shop, and then in the back is the brewery.
Yeah, it just opens up and like boom, and I'm like, oh shit, you're here, and then you go in there and then it's like, oh shit, like you at the tap room on your left is like the cuando hacen todas las cervezas.
The brew system is to the left.
Yeah, they have everything to the left, and it's just dope. And like the bartenders are super friendly, super happy. Hey, so what do you like? Like this is what we got. It's just good vibes, man. Like it was dope. I'm gonna be honest. I've been to a lot of tap rooms and they're fucking assholes. You know, they're like, "Oh, what do you want?" Over there, it's like, "Hey, so what do you like?" Like, you've been here before, you haven't. Like, it's dope. I love that.
You just said Southern Grist was amazing.
Yo, Southern Grist was the same way, but it's different. We're in the South. We're naturally, nice and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But like in Hackensack was just totally different. It gave me a little bit of that homey feel, if that makes any kind of sense.
No, I get it.
And pricing was good too, by the way. I just gotta say, put that out there. Pricing was dope.
This is definitely a solid IP. A solid IPA. Look at me. I'm good. The second time I did that. Solid lager. I dig it. It's giving me a lot of hop flavor. It's definitely. This is one where dad jokes from Goldwater. I would definitely love to do a side by side comparison.
Okay.
This is solid. I dig it, and I'm not doing a remix. I was stuttering. This is legit. Solid as fuck. I dig it. Thank you, Hector.
No problem, my bro. I got some more. I'm gonna send you something
All right.
else.
So
I got something else in the next box coming through.
Likewise. So let's move on to our last topic. So last time we talked on the podcast, we did the episode. It was right before the Rick Ross and 2 Chainz versus. That versus happened. Did any of you two watch it?
I didn't get to watch it, bro.
And
I saw.
that's the end of our episode tonight, guys. Enjoy your night. Thank you for tuning in. Okay.
I actually saw bits and pieces of it.
Mm-hmm.
The last 25, 30 minutes I did catch it. But it was just bits and pieces of it. Did not like the energy.
Yes.
Did not like the vibe. I think it was a one-sided versus. I know it was not it's not a battle. It's not a competition. It's just homage to hip hop.
Joe's face.
Hip hop legend. But it's a Rick Ross world, baby. Boss world.
Listen, Ross definitely won. Okay, I'm using air quotes. Won that competition, but it reminded me of a lot of 2 Chainz songs.
I'll be back.
Oh, this guy. It reminded me of a lot of 2 Chainz songs that I didn't really that I forgot about, and I was like, oh shit, I like that song. I like that song. I like that song.
Yeah, 2 Chainz got a lot of hits.
2 Chainz got
overall.
2 Chainz. I can probably listen to 2 Chainz as much as I listen to Rick Ross, and I listen to a lot of Ross.
Ross got it though. Ross is the man.
I do enjoy when they stepped it up. So 2 Chainz brought the strippers, then Rick Ross brought out the masseuse. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so
go ahead.
We try to get different vibe, I guess, to the whole different flavor.
You know what's interesting about that is that I saw a huge difference in when I watched the Jadakiss and Fabulous, Jada Drunk, and then I watched Rick Ross and 2 Chainz. And this is not to knock anybody. You do what you do, whatever it is. But there's a very clear difference of rap in the South and rap in the North. And I know it sounds stupid to say out loud, But when you see these guys and they're rapping and they're battling or whatever it is, um, and they're parading around these ladies, and whatever it is, and then you look at the Fabulous and the Jadakiss, and they're trying to go bar for bar, and Jadakiss is like, "Yo, here's what I got," and Fabulous is like, "Yo, you know what? I wasn't gonna go there, but now I gotta go there." Now they made it into that feud.
So rap battle, so battle, so
and that was the
word.
crazy part. It was like, yo, like I realized then that how things are so different between North and South, and you still have to be nice wherever you're at, but there's still a very clear difference, even at the level that these guys are at Fabulous and Jadakiss. Like, yo, you're not gonna beat me, bro. We cool. I love you. You're like a brother to me. But exactly. I'm gonna make sure you fucking, you know what I mean. So like those are the things that I was like, yo. I look back at Jada, even DMX and Snoop. Forget North and South, East and West. DMX and Snoop, when they were going back and forth, even Snoop was like, "Oh, you taking a dare, DMX? You going dare X? All right, I'm gonna do this." And so like, you know what I mean? Like that was a clear difference. So I don't know if it's a Southern thing. I've lived in Florida for 2 years, so I don't want to say I have a lot of experience, but I have some experience. And comparing the two, I can see the difference.
Southern is more about the gimmicks and about making it's a different vibe. It's a different vibe. It's a different.
And there's nothing knocking it.
No, I'm not definitely not knocking it, but it's a different liking, bro. It's a different not liking, but it's a different whole.
No, I get it.
Picture.
Yep.
Here we're about more lyrically, more say street, more thorough, more ghetto. Down there is more, let's get these schoolos out there. Let's get these chains and gold teeth out and have a good time. Culo.
Diced pineapples.
Yes, exactly. Snap that booty. Snap that booty. And, he is like, yo, bro.
Hey, again, no face, knocking. Bro. No knocking.
I punch in your face, pop your eye out, and cook that shit for breakfast tomorrow, bro.
And then we eat waffles and omelets in the morning, bro, because we cool.
Said waffles and omelets in the morning, bro.
Yo, tell me you don't want. Come on, tell me you don't want waffles and omelets when you wake up.
Anytime I go for waffle and omelet, bro. Waffles and chicken tenders for me. Do it anytime, bro.
Yo, you know what?
I love chicken tenders.
I'm gonna go downstairs right after this, right before we go live. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'll make myself a Caesar salad with chicken tenders. And look at Joe. Joe just came back and he's fucking talking about. He's like, yo, we're talking about chicken tenders and waffles and shit.
Y'all talking food real quick, man.
Yo, you missed an amazing conversation. Actually, not amazing, but a really good conversation about North and South rap and how we compared it using the verses.
Damn.
Chicken tender.
Anyway, that's all I got, man. We had some good beer tonight. We had a great conversation. We got really nerdy as fuck. I dig it. I love it. Hector has his $1.3 million glass with him right now.
Yeah. Chalice.
The new version will have more gold in it, more gold brim.
See the gold brim right there? That's legit gold, bro. You can't get that shit anywhere. You can't even get through the airports with that glass. Yo, Joe, you kind of just came back. Any last minute stuff you want to throw out there? Anything you want to just mention?
Nah, man. Bless up everybody. Good positive energy always. And drink good craft beer.
Siempre el pau pau.
Ya lo sabe.
Hector, anything else you want to throw out there? Anything you just want to mention? Maybe give it. How's he doing?
Just want to say out there, if you got a shop and your delivery workers ain't going there, and delivery, Joe.
Take like 3 inches back from the mic and say it again.
Nah, I'm tight, bro. I'm gonna say this, man. I went through a bad experience this morning with a delivery. If you have a business and your delivery staff is not present, do not start accepting orders, yo. You don't know what the fuck may happen to that delivery guy in the way. Don't cram up 10, 20 orders and then be like, oh, yo no sé qué va a pasar. Like, bro, this morning I ordered
waffles
food.
Waffles and tenders.
Dude, I ordered grilled cheese, bro.
Oh,
And
I
was
saw
craving
your
grilled
rant. I
cheese.
saw your rant on fucking Instagram.
Bro, at 10, right before 10, I called them up at 11:20, 11:30. And the guy was like, yo, my delivery guy ain't here yet. So he said he's going to be here like in half an hour. So after that, we're going to start delivering. Like, what you mean, bro? I called you guys an hour and a half ago. Now so you telling me you can't even call me? And then he's getting me attitude, bro. He's like, él dijo que iba a llegar. Like, yo, he get here, we get here. We start doing deliveries after. I'm like, what the fuck is... Like, yo, suck my dick. Cancel everything, bro. Cancel yourself. Cancel your life, bro.
You're like, yo,
Fuck
I
you
made my
and
own
your
shit at
child.
home, bro.
That's what happened. I made a better one. You saw my grilled cheese? Spectacular, yo.
You was like cutting the cheese real thin and shit. I seen you.
I made sure that grilled cheese came out on point. I wanted to tag him up too and talk shit, but wifey was like, "Yo, you sound mad hurt right now. You sound mad petty and hurt." So I was like, "All right."
I mean,
I'm not gonna tag him up.
You are because it is what it is.
That's my last thing.
Yeah,
you know,
drink local. Drink local. Like, comment, share the whole shit. Do what you gotta do. If it's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, subscribe, like, all that good shit. Yeah, man. Support your local craft beer. It's important for farms. There's a domino effect when you support local craft beer. So continue to support locally.
Drink local. Drink local.
Yes.
Local craft.
Drink local. Yeah, man. Enjoy, you guys. Pleasure listening. You know, I'm glad you guys stuck around. We're kind of buzzed. We're kind of drunk. Not drunk. Whatever it is. These guys are throwing up crazy signals. Peace. Good night. Peace, love, and chicken grease.
Seguimos al pau, tú subiste.
Tú chupes.
Later.